Another best-selling book has been turned into a Netflix miniseries. This one, though, quite many, with only 4 episodes. But is it any good? Let's talk about All the Light We Cannot See. Hey guys, Dan here. This is Dan Reviews It. Welcome to my TV review for the Netflix miniseries All the Light We Cannot See. All 4 episodes of this are streaming now. It was directed by Sean Levy, who is no stranger to Netflix. He is one of the big producers of Stranger Things over there, but he is probably best known, I guess, or first known anyway, for doing family-friendly movies like Night at the Museum and The Pink Panther and Cheaper by the Dozen. So that's kind of where he got his foot in the door, mainly with those types of movies. So this is a big departure for him. This is a World War II drama about a blind woman doing radio broadcasts. Quite the departure from, I think, some of the things that he is most known for. But we'll get to all of that here momentarily. First, though, let me thank you for finding this video. Welcome into Dan Reviews It here. And we do movie and TV reviews here on the channel. Just about every day something new goes up. So always a lot to check out. Please consider subscribing. Click that notification bell. Click that like button. All that stuff, of course, does help the channel out. And also check out my links in the description below. We've got the Facebook group. I always post when I put new videos on there. Also, we've got the X, formerly Twitter, and new, I just added this, I have a Letterboxd as well, which catalogs all my movies. So if you're into my movie reviews, you can check that out and, see even before sometimes I put up the video, what I think of a certain movie. So, all right. Anyway, let's get into the specifics here of All the Light We Cannot See. Like I said, this was based on a popular book from about 10 years ago, and this was nominated at the Golden Globes this year for Best Limited Series, which was quite a shock to me. First of all, the Rotten Tomato score is terrible. It's like 27% or something with critics. So, but look, the Golden Globes sometimes nominates weird things. I don't know. I mean, there were way better limited series this year that did not get nominated, especially when stacked with the rest of the category. This is like far below all of them. But anyway, like I mentioned, this follows the story of a blind girl named Marie Leroux and a German soldier named Werner, whose paths cross in France during World War II. So like I said, a bit heavier than, Cheaper by the Dozen, let's say. But this was... this features, I should say, Mark Ruffalo as well. So you will recognize him. I didn't recognize anybody else. I know some of these people have some fame in Germany with TV shows or movies there, just from what I've read. But I didn't recognize anybody really except for Mark Ruffalo. And he plays and Hugh Laurie is in this as well. He plays a World War I veteran suffering from PTSD. But part of the main story with the girl, Mark Ruffalo plays her father in, these flashbacks. So I will say some interesting casting. Both the flashback version and the present-day World War II version of Marie is blind in real life, or at least visually impaired. And so that was, obviously we're a little more sensitive now to that type of casting. And, if you're playing somebody who is, deaf or hearing impaired on screen, like A Quiet Place did, it's nice to get that authenticity of getting, someone with that actual impairment. And, they did that here with both of the roles, the flashback version and the current day. So applaud it for that. What else can I applaud it for? Well, some of the acting from the German folk is pretty good. Mark Ruffalo is not good here. His accent is terrible. And I just watched him. I haven't posted this review yet because I'm still actually mulling it over, but I just saw Poor Things, which he may get an Oscar nomination for. And so, we've seen him do so many good things in the last, 10, 15 years, whatever, but this is not one of them. I understand they wanted, a name person to really, play a heavy role here, but boy, this ain't it. His accent is bad. And speaking of accents in general, Netflix has recently had a lot of success with foreign language stories. Squid Game is their number one show of all time in any language. So it baffles me why they have people speaking English in this movie. Nobody would be speaking English, in these parts and in these areas of the world in the 1940s. It just makes no sense. And okay, fine, you want to make it more palatable for American audiences. I do understand that, but Netflix has such success with foreign language material. I am baffled that they would make that choice. But with that in mind, this just is not very well done. And like I said, I'm shocked about the Golden Globe nomination for this show. I mean, I will say that 4 episodes is fine. I feel like sometimes limited series go on far too long. This is more what you would have got, back in the day in the 70s or 80s on a network. It's basically a 4-hour movie that back in the day, they would break it up into 2 chapters, 2 hours Monday, 2 hours Wednesday, whatever it is. But, here you have 4 different hour-long chapters. So I'll give it props for that. It certainly doesn't overstay. It's welcome. But, boy, I hope the book is better than this. The characters are pretty bland. I will admit the love story's okay. Between the German soldier and the blind girl. That part is probably the most compelling part, but some of the dialogue is just laughable, and again, the English speaking nature of it just takes you right out of it, or at least it did for me. Visually it's okay, but obviously it's, going to be a bit drab, with, the World War II stuff. I will say that during nighttime scenes, I could actually see what was going on. We rarely get that in shows and movies these days. But yeah, this was just a huge miss for me. Mark Ruffalo, one of his worst performances probably. And the gals, playing the blind girl, both of those, were okay, both the actresses. But the real standout for me was the German soldier. Again, I think he may be one of these guys who has a bit of a career already in Germany, doing TV shows or movies there. So that makes sense. Hugh Laurie, his character basically added nothing. I think we tried to get maybe a little bit into the PTSD, frame of mind there with him, and maybe some sympathy, but none of it really worked that well for me. So yeah, I'm baffled that this got a Golden Globe nomination. I leave all the light that we cannot see with a D+. So you can check that out if you'd like. It's on Netflix right now, all 4 episodes. All right, thank you for watching Dan Reviews It. We'll see you next time. Bye.